your menopause is coming.
Menopause? That doesn't sound good. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hold the Mayo. Coming to you, as always, with the cowboy hats on. Dan Gutierrez, IV. And with me on the other side over there, Sam, the man, McMahon. And the reason I don't sound as happy as I usually am is the loop that I told Sam to bring last week, I ended up using because, it didn't work out. I made the trade of the year, probably.
Yep.
It didn't work out. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about week 4 as well. We'll talk about week 4 and another football story that's going to probably take over the year, the entire season. And then we'll roll into... So we'll take that over to the Single Boyfriend Challenge and wrap it up and send you guys on your way. But before we do all that, we're going to take a quick break. Allow me to compose myself because I'm really sad that I lost to the true douche jerk over there, rubbing his hands together because he doesn't have money for electricity. Keep the AC on. And we'll be right back on Hold the Mayo.
Hold the Mayo.
Jeepers, it's the creeper!
What do we do now? It's a mystery.
I know. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Zoinks! It's Lucy, like our favorite State Farm agent lady.
Hi, gang. I'll handle it. And that's not really a monster.
Mr. Carswell!
You meddling kids.
State Farm takes the mystery out of dealing with insurance. Get to a groovier state.
And we're back on Hold the Mayo. As mentioned, somehow, I lost to this guy on the other screen. I don't know what happened. Actually, we'll get into the details of it, just to fill everybody in. Sam's over there laughing his ass off. Whatever.
What?
So, okay, just to fill everybody in, here's what happened.
What's up, Bubber?
So here's what happened, everybody. Early last week, I was, shut up. Early last week, somebody else in our league came up to me and said, hey, I'll trade you Josh Allen for some douchebag receiver on your team, Deebo Samuel. I said, you know what? I'm kind of weak at quarterback. I have Mac Jones, weak. I have Geno Smith, hit or miss. He could put up 50. He could put up 20. Hit or miss, Geno Smith. Jesus Christ. Fucking dogs. So I said, you know what? This makes sense. I'm gonna pull the trigger on this trade. Okay. Word got to Sammy, the league commissioner. He tried to veto it, but he doesn't have that much power.
I didn't try to veto it. No.
Anyways,
okay, continue. Yeah.
It increased the projected victory. I was already projected to win by 6 or 5 or something like that. 4. It increased the projected victory to like 8. So Sammy was shaking in his boots. I didn't really make it a big deal. I'm not that type of guy. Sammy, however, was shaking in his boots, literally. And that's why I made the comment last week, joking around for him to get his lube ready because he was about to get it. Anyways, the Bills still haven't found their off. Actually, that's not even what happened. The Bills' offense is okay. But what happened against Washington in that game, the Bills' defense was so overpowering that they did all the scoring. I think they had 2 touchdowns last week. So the offense didn't really need to be on the field as much. So that cost me some points. Puka Nakua and the Rams had a down week against the Bengals. I think they lost their game 9-12 or something like that. Puka had okay points, but it wasn't his standard that he's put up for the prior 2 weeks. Actually, still hasn't scored a touchdown either, which I think is kind of amazing considering how many catches he has. Anyhow, the rest of my team rounded out. I put up 140, 4 points, I think. Sammy, on the other hand, had the most ridiculous game. Who's your quarterback? Herbert? Basically 2 weeks worth of points for Herbert. Put up 66, I think was his number. And Adams, his receiver, had a ridiculous game too, had 45 points. So between his 2 guys, I had very slim to none chance. My guys did come back. valiant effort, but whether or not I made the trade or not, and the criticism that I got was me making the trade was supposed to blow it up, and then afterwards it was me making the trade was a mistake. But regardless of the trade, I would have lost if I didn't make the trade. Even if I didn't make the trade, I would have lost, and I would have been even more pissed off because I would have lost by 0.45 of a point, less than half a point. So it actually was probably good for me that I made the trade because I would have been so mad. I mean, I've looked at my team for the rest of the year.
That's
Sammy's
a
got
lot of
nothing to
words.
say.
No. That's a lot of words coming out of a loser.
I got multiple fingers up, Sammy. I'm going to leave 2 up.
No, okay. So here's the deal. Yes, I even said it on the show last week. I don't see a path for me to win. I admitted that. But I said, if I do, you're going to hear about it. And the world will hear about it. And so now, however many people watch this, over time in perpetuity, they will know that as cocky and as sure as you were that you were going to win,
I'm going to play the tape back. I didn't say anything until you brought it up.
But no. It doesn't matter what you said here. I know exactly what you were thinking. Yeah, that's all right. That's what your team played like. And I ended up. Not only did I win, there was no scenario that you could have won. You could have not made the trade, and you would have lost. There was nobody on your bench who would have tipped the scale in any way, shape, or form. Bro,
that's what. Hey, look, it is what it is.
So the fun about this is that one of our first seasons we ever played, I beat you by 0.35. At the time, that was the closest margin of victory in the league ever. And that lasted a while until I beat somebody by like 0.1 last year. but this was going to go up there with the 0.35. You were just so sure. Now, to be fair, I will be 100% honest. I do think your team is probably better than mine. And as the season plays out, I'll be fighting for a playoff spot. I think you should be firmly entrenched in a playoff spot. You do have a good team. Schedule plays a role into things, but you do have
it. Yeah, and that's why we discussed, and I brought it several times, the schedule in head-to-head fantasy football doesn't make sense. I've been doing this for years, so have you. The more I look at it, the more it's like there's almost nothing that an opponent can do to hinder the other person from scoring points. So is just
there's not. You're right. There's not, but there are ways, and I won't tell you because that'll be one of my secrets. There are ways to help yourself in certain matchups. You can't stop them from scoring, of course. I mean, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But there are ways to give yourself a better chance. And I'll just kind of leave it at that. So just logically, it doesn't sound like it makes sense, but there are ways to kind of give yourself a better chance in fantasy football whenever you're looking.
I'd have to say you'd have to prove it. I think last year I did
prove it. I just beat you.
Last year I did make a move. I think I was playing against Josh, and we both were going after Geno Smith. The only reason I went after Geno Smith in that scenario was because I wanted to block him from picking up Geno Smith because he desperately needed a quarterback. That's really the only thing you can do that in fantasy football is stop someone from getting a player that they might need.
No, okay. I will go ahead. No, you've baited me, and I'm going to bite. So what you can do, and this will probably come back and haunt me, and anybody who's watching this will get a key piece of high-level fantasy advice. No, I can't keep your team from scoring, but what I can do is I can mitigate against some of those points, and I don't even think it played into our game at all. But when you have the receiver of your opponent's quarterback, you're siphoning those points that he's getting as well, and it reduces the impact of some of their players.
Oh yeah. I mean,
So that's
limited
what I mean. You can give yourself a better chance. It doesn't always work, but there were certain games last year where I made sure to start the receiver of the quarterback that I'm playing against, so that I would be able to siphon those points.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, and that's also limited. That's so there's stacking players and there's cross stacking. So cross stacking is when you start a receiver or a skill position player that's playing with the quarterback of your opponent.
All right.
That limited impact on that could or could not have an outcome, but there's really nothing it's not like what I'm saying by you can't really stop the other person is your defense is not actually playing against the other person.
No.
Oh yeah, so there's nothing you can really do to stop the other person from scoring points. You can kind of hedge it, like you're saying, but it is what it is. I was okay with the loss, as you said, and as I've looked at it as the season goes on. The crazy game that you had last week, that probably won't happen again. Unfortunately, I'm not playing against you next week or this week. Somebody else will get the victory against you. I'm playing Jacob.
Yeah.
It's like he's scheduled, projected to have an abysmal week. I'm supposed to win by 15 points by the projections.
I don't care about projections.
I mean, but you still kind of look at them because they are relatively, at the end of the day, they're kind of understated, but they still, I would say at least 75% of the time, they tell you who's going to win accurate. They might be understated. So it's like, instead of here, you're here, but you still have the gap for the most part. It doesn't always play out that way, but.
Yeah. I mean, they don't take into account our specific scoring very often. I really don't know if Yahoo takes into account or not. I know some do, some don't to an extent. They don't, they play toward averages. There's no possible way they can predict, any kind of projection can predict a spike game or a cliff game where a guy just blows up like the Herbert or Devontae Adams did, or somebody who scores 2 points when they are averaging 15 all season long. There's no way to account for that in the projection, so that plays itself.
Right.
So projections to me, all they do is just kind of give you a baseline of what should potentially happen, but not what will happen. And
right.
so
there's no way to know for sure.
I'm caught up in those.
Yeah. So anyways, everyone who's watching, I invite you to comments. Sammy beat me fair and square. I even said in the video last week, if you go back and watch it, I'm okay if whatever happens because
you did say that. You didn't believe it, but you said.
I live in this amazing box. It's padded. If I won't hurt myself when I throw myself into the wall out of frustration, I'm okay. I'm okay, Sam. Yeah.
Good game, buddy. Good game.
Tell everybody, comment what you think. Also, if you haven't yet, subscribe because we need you guys to subscribe. And throw some hate towards Sammy because he's being a real pompous, cocky Texan over there.
I just have a drink. Yeah, Dutch Bros, baby. Yeah, you have Dutch Bros out there?
No, I don't even know what that is.
It's like
but now that you mention it, we'll probably see a commercial for it.
Oh, maybe. Dutch Bros is fantastic. If you go to Dutch Bros, get a blended sugar-free Rebel with lime.
And vodka.
A Rebel's like their monster, their energy drink. But get a blended, you can get a tea. They have coffees. It's a Starbucks top place with stuff. But man, I love me some Dutch Bros. Anyway, sorry.
All right. So that's the update. Sammy beat me. Congratulations, Sammy. There's a reason why you were the asterisk champion last year. You're an asterisk. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about week 4. Week 4 already. Week 4 of the NFL season. We're going to talk about fantasy because nobody cares about pro football anyways. Right after this break.
Hold the Mayo.
Hold the Mayo.
So, what do you think? we're prepared to offer cash.
When you get great deals at Denny's,
$5.99.
you'll start to expect great deals everywhere. New all-day diner deals starting at $5.99. 10 delicious meals only at Denny's.
And we're back on Hold the Mayo. Sorry about the sad start. We had to give everybody an update about the horrible loss I suffered last week. Yeah, Sammy's eating it up. We're going to go quickly into week 4. We are already in week 4 of the NFL season. We don't care about that. We're here to talk about fantasy. Our
Fantasy football. Oh,
fantasy football. That's right. This week I am matched up against Jake, who is currently 2-1. As I said a few minutes ago, I'm projected to win by about 15. Projections don't really matter. Jake is a menace in this league because, you guys don't know this, but because our league doesn't have any provisions to prevent against movement and trades and waiver usage, Jake makes moves like it's going out of business, like it's going out of style, I should say.
Dude,
We're 3 weeks in, and he's got 14 transactions already, which is like more than double the next highest person. What's up with that?
Who is next highest? Is it me?
Next highest in the league transaction wise is, and I exaggerated the math. Who's Done Deal? Done Deal's gonna win this.
Kevin.
No, Done Deal's not gonna win this. He's got 9. First round bye. Who's that?
Oh, Tony. Tony's gonna win this thing.
Tony looks like he's running away with this thing. He's already well over 500 points on the year after 3 games. That's an insane average.
Oh, he's killing it.
Absolutely blowing it out. But at the same time,
Go
I have to go look at it week by week. But somehow, at the same time, his schedule, the teams he's gone against, has only put up 388. So there's a huge differential there. The teams I have played against have put up 478 points against me. That's 100 more points. What is up with that, Sammy? I think you're fixing the schedule.
Dude, I've got the 3rd most points scored and the 4th most against me or something like that.
No, you do. You are wow, you are the 2nd highest.
Oh, okay.
You're the 2nd highest points scored against than anybody else in the league. And you as mentioned, you're going up against Chunky Monkeys. He's 0-3. He was my trade partner in the Josh Debo Samuel. Good God. I'm horrible with names. Debo Samuel trade. I'm hoping Debo Samuel has another great week this week like he did last week, and he shows you what's up.
Nope. No, I have to go back and look at those matchups and see what I think is actually going to happen. I actually like his team. His team is not bad. And that's what drives me crazy about what he did at the draft, getting Mahomes and Josh Allen. But because that money could have been much better well spent. But I mean, Mahomes can go off at Mahomes can have that 66-point game anytime and just get totally break the heart of your opponent. So I'm just hoping it's not this week. I like my team okay. I think my team is a bit of a mirage performance-wise, quite honestly, up to this point. I've scored a lot, but I've had some really outlier performances. I've got holes. Now, I've sat a lot of guys who've really killed it so far this year. DeAndre Swift, the last 2 weeks, have just it's totally killed it, and he's been on my bench because I wasn't quite sure how they're going to use him because I had Kenneth Gainwell too, who did really well that first week. But Swift has done well. He's earned a right to be on my bench or to be in the lineup now. But
you got to earn it. So I'll give you the breakdown, and so everybody else who's watching knows what's going on. Chunky Monkeys, your opponent this week. Pat Mahomes, which you've already said several times, is a starting quarterback. He's good. Debo Samuel, Waddle. Jesus. Waddle and Saquon Barkley are all listed as questionable at the moment. So maybe I did make a good trade sending away Samuel. If something, I think he had a rib thing in the game. He got hit pretty hard towards the end of that game last week. And he finished, but he's now listed as questionable. So Samuel, Waddle, and Barkley are all questionable. That might come back and save your asterisks this week. James Conner Ertz, Jacoby Myers, Moody, Kansas City defense. That's the rest of this team. You have a pretty good shot, I think, because of those potential injuries. I don't know who this guy has on the bench, but let's take a look here. Reynolds, Hunt, Hurst, Juju, Breda, Palmer, New Orleans. I think you're in pretty good shape. I mean, you don't like projections, but right now you're projected to lose by a point, less than a point. But
I like projections when I'm largely favored. If it's 50-50, I don't care.
Yeah, you're basically 50-50. Patrick Mahomes, if he has a game, hopefully he has it with Travis Kelce, and I benefit from him having a good game. But if he has a game, it's like Herbert had a game last week, you're going to be in trouble.
Oh yeah. There's no question. Yeah, no. So he's got a solid team. I don't think Barkley will play again this week. High ankle sprains hurt. Take a while to come back from. Yep. He'll probably come back in a week or two. Debo, I had no idea about, but that dude's a gamer. He'll play. And then who was the other one that you said was hurt? Waddle. Waddle's come back from. He sat out with a concussion last week. Concussions usually, unless it was a really bad one, don't last too long. So I imagine Waddle will be back. So it's going to be tough. I can see myself losing. I'm the biggest naysayer about my team. I never think I'm going to win until I actually do, and all games are final. So I'm always going to find a way that I could somehow lose something because I've lost so many different ways.
Yeah, you like doing the playing it humble reverse psychology thing, just to weasel your way, trying to lull the other person to sleep, basically.
Well, So speaking of, so we were talking about first round bye, Tony. That dude has a story. So he almost quit this past year because
I remember.
Well, no, but it's a legit wild story. So he got diagnosed with some kind of I'm going to butcher the details. So I'm not going to try to be too much, but he was like really ill, like cancer ill. Yeah. And he was relying on, fantasy football to just kind of bring some joy, and it was pissing him off even more. I know. And thing is, he had a good team last year too. And he just, everybody got hurt on him and stuff. And I was like, this isn't even fun anymore. And I felt so bad. Well, every year he's been in our league, I think almost pretty much every year. He's always had a pretty good team. He just has some of the worst luck that I've ever seen in fantasy football. And then this year, it's like all his bad luck has turned around all at once. And everything he touches is gold. So I'm actually pulling for him. I hope the dude wins if I don't. Be perfectly honest. The dude deserves it, man.
No, you know what? Nobody deserves it. You got to earn it.
Oh, you got to earn it. I hope he earns it.
When I play him, I hope Tua gets concussed and is out early. And Tyreek Hill sprains his ankle doing his dancing stuff. Or sprains his groin doing what I sent you he's interested in.
Right. Oh, my God. Yeah, so Tyreek Hill wants to be a porn star when he returns. So, whatever.
Tyreek, why are you walking sideways, man? What's that lip? Oh, no, man.
We'll just leave that one there. But no, I hope Tony does well, and I hope I'm the one to knock him out of the playoffs, or he wins the whole thing.
All right. Well, what's your prediction for this week, Sammy? I'm predicting a win for myself. What do you got?
I haven't looked at the matchups, but man, he's 0-3. It's hard to think he's going 0-4, so I'm probably going to lose.
Good. I hope you lose. I hope you lose.
I know you do. You that's rude, man. You should hope I won, because if I lose, that makes your loss look even worse.
No, it makes me feel better. I hope you lose. Sammy, we'll be right back after this break with another NFL story and the single frame challenge coming up after that on Hold the Mayo.
Hold the Mayo.
It's official. Caleb Williams is transferring.
My man.
To Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
Everybody say nacho! Nacho! It's melty, it's crunchy, and it's queso-y. Easiest choice I've ever made. Of course, he's not the only one transferring. Heyo!
Stable's got room for 2 quarterbacks.
Sorry, and who are you?
Matt Leinart, quarterback, national champion.
Afraid that doesn't ring a bell.
For the full nacho experience from all 4 sides.
Where's the beef?
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
Back to the Future or something, whatever. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Your battery die?
Phone died. I was worried about that. I started it on red. Okay.
And we're back on Hold the Mayo. Sammy, you got some complaints that you want to go into about NFL stories?
Dude, okay, so yeah, so sorry for the screen change. My phone died, so I had to move. Travis Kelce is dating Taylor Swift, and I think that's stupid and dumb, and I hate everything about it. And that's all I have to say about that. So, she deserves somebody much more pure than that womanizer of a douchebag human being. And
why is he a womanizer?
Dude,
I would say he's not any different than any other man out there.
She deserves
especially
better.
Man, especially one with that much money.
She deserves a better class of man than that. And Taylor, just so you know, Kelce may be a winner, but Dan can attest I'm a winner too. So
and married.
And married. I've talked to her. She's cool.
Yeah. Wait till she sees this video.
Right. Now she's probably listening and rolling her eyes. No, I don't like it because it was a fun, neat little story that on Sunday until you see it all day long that she was there, and then the next day, and it's just so irritating, and I don't like it. But here's the deal for any of you Swiftie people. So her favorite number is 13. She was born on the 13th. Okay. Well,
that's your softball number, right?
I couldn't have picked it. Softball number is actually 4. I didn't get to pick, but I saw my wife showed me a TikTok. It was running down the list of her boyfriends that we know about. Travis is number 13.
They're getting married.
Huh?
They're getting married.
Right. Well, 13 plus his number 87 equals 100. So whatever that means. And she's also saying she saw that TikTok. There was a matchmaker who was talking about, a person who actually sets people up and stuff. And she says, based on their backgrounds and interests and all that fun stuff, she actually thinks that they're a very good match. So I don't know. I guess she's not expecting a Travis Kelce album sometime in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
I certainly.
I'll tell you, it's interesting. However, you're talking about him being a womanizer. He was on a show called 50, Kelsey's 50 or something like that. He dated, it's like The Bachelor, basically. He dated 50 girls. Like, he went through this process. He dated, last year he broke up with his girlfriend of a couple years, Kayla Nicole.
Yeah.
Who is African-American or dark-skinned. And it's funny that the commentary that a lot of social media sites are putting out there is that when he was with Kayla Nicole, he acted more black. And now that he's with Taylor Swift, he acts more like the state trooper who turns off his body cam.
Right, yeah. The mustache. He's creepy, weird looking, man. I mean, I used to never be able to tell if a guy's good looking or not. I just couldn't, because no guy is attractive to me. But as I've gotten older and probably uglier, I'm like, hey, I can see why a girl might think he's attractive. Before the mustache thing that he's got going on, I was like, dude, I guess he's a pretty good looking dude. But now that he does have the state trooper mustache working, yeah, man.
Looks a little weird.
I don't know, man. I don't know. So, Taylor, when the inevitable comes, and we know you're a subscriber to Hold the Mayo, just know I'm here for you if you need a shoulder to cry on.
All right, everybody. You heard it here first. Sam McMahon has just offered Taylor Swift a shoulder. We're going to take a quick break.
Nothing more.
We're going to do the single frame challenge on Hold the Mayo. welcome back to Hold the Mayo. Another
Hold
great
the
episode today.
Mayo.
That's right, Hold the damn Mayo. Another great episode today. We talked about, what did we talk about, Sammy? My tragic loss to Naval Fuzz.
Oh, that fantastic sports competition that we both shared.
Whatever. We did a little.
Somebody had to win. Somebody had to lose. I'm just glad I was
we did
the better somebody.
a little preview of Week 4 that's coming up. We got to talk about Sammy's favorite topic. Travis Kelce is dating Taylor Swift, but she'll always have a shoulder to cry on, right, Sammy? And yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's it, man. We're gonna wrap it up with the single frame movie challenge. As always, Sammy, I'm gonna put up the picture in a second here. I want you to give it your best guess because there's a lot of money on the line. And if you want a chance at winning this money, like, comment, subscribe, and put down your guess as well. And if you get it right, stay in the drawing. If not, you don't get the drawing points, but it is what it is. It's a lot of money. We're going to pay it out in like 25 years. I'm still alive. Sammy, I'm putting the picture now.
Oh, dude, this is easy. Clueless. Yeah, Clueless.
You're clueless.
The movie. Yes, sometimes I am, and this is a fitting Clueless. That's the movie.
All right, locking it in.
As if locking it in, baby.
All right, locking it in. Sammy's guessing with Clueless. Put down your guesses in the comments. Let us know what you think. If you like it, put a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, put a thumbs up anyways. All we want to see is thumbs ups from here on until the end of time. We're done. We're going to let you guys go. See you next time on Hold the Mayo.
Hold the Mayo.
See ya. I have 2 fingers up.
I do. Look like you're picking your nose.
No, I'm not picking my nose, but I'm about to take 1 finger down.
You are. It better be that middle one. Most teams took him as their second because they fear the concussion. No, they fear the concussion stuff. Shut up. They fear the concussion stuff. Dude, I can do it in a minute.
Yeah.
Don't put that in the good.